Hello, welcome to Prime Movie Recaps. Today I will show you a 2021 science fiction movie called Finch. Spoilers ahead. Watch out and take care. The film begins among the ruins of St. Louis, which have been left in a post-apocalyptic state. Tom Hanks' Finch Weinberg and his built robot Dewey go to the supermarket for supplies. They are greeted by a gust of wind and sand, but Finch manages to flee before obtaining what he requires. A massive sandstorm is heading his way as he drives home. He and Dewey return securely and promptly inside. Finch is a former robotics engineer who has been living underground with his dog Goodyear. Since a solar flare damaged the ozone layer and wiped out the majority of the Earth's population owing to high radiation and extreme weather, Finch is also dying of what appears to be radiation poisoning and is seeking for a way to care for Goodyear when he passes away. Finch completes the final touches on a robot he's working on. After a few stumbling blocks, the robot starts to nod in response to Finch's comments and develops its own muffled speech. Finch is pleased with his effort, but Goodyear has a negative reaction to the robot. It expresses Finch's knowledge, as he has provided it with more than an encyclopedia's worth of material. Finch sees a massive storm cloud heading his way as he goes to check on some weather-related technology. He links the robot to a weather station, which predicts a 40-day superstorm, and Finch realizes that the facility won't be able to maintain him or Goodyear for that long. So he packs Goodyear, the robots, and his possessions into an RV and heads off to escape other people who could try to assault them. He decides that San Francisco is the only choice. Finch tries to continue programming the robot on the road because the data transfer wasn't finished before they had to evacuate. They break into an abandoned movie theater where Finch demonstrates how to manufacture popcorn to the robot. Later, as a tornado approaches, they must attach the RV to the ground. As the storm passes, they seek shelter inside. After everything has calmed down by the evening, the robot informs Finch that he wishes to be known as Jeff. The next morning, Finch begins the journey with Jeff and Goodyear. Jeff tries to figure out how to communicate with Goodyear more effectively, but his attempts amuse and upset Finch. When Finch's condition becomes too much for him, he must take a break, and Jeff nearly forces the RV to drive itself. Jeff asks Finch why they don't move at night when they're resting, and he answers that they might encounter survivors who will try to kill them. Jeff discovers Finch violently vomiting the next morning. As Jeff looks after Finch, Goodyear notices and even grabs the wheel of the RV because Finch has been teaching him to drive. Jeff goes into a store with Dewey while Finch relaxes. Finch rises and puts on his suit to pursue them. Dewey is ensnared in a bear trap as a result of Jeff's meddling, and the little bot is killed. Finch is heartbroken by Dewey's death and screams at Jeff. Finch realizes that they are being followed by another automobile late at night. Jeff drives the RV beneath a bridge as per Finch's directions, but the vehicle is too high and breaks off at the top. Finch and Jeff continue to push the car forward while waiting for the survivors to escape. When things got very terrible at the onset of the apocalypse, Finch tells Jeff about how the survivors would battle and scavenge for whatever they could find. He remembers being at a shop seeking for food when he noticed a mother and her child there, and the mother had instructed the daughter to kill anyone she saw. When a man in a truck approached them, he killed the mother and daughter. Finch went over after the man departed and discovered Goodyear as a puppy in the girl's backpack, and he has taken care of him ever since. Finch and Jeff resume their journey in the morning, arriving at an area where UV radiation is low and non-threatening. For the first time in years, Finch takes a break to go outside and enjoy the sun. He dresses up and sits outside with Jeff, telling him yet another story about his father. Jeff considers Finch to be his father. Finch demonstrates how to play fetch with Goodyear to Jeff, but Finch soon starts coughing up blood. He retires to his RV, where he passes away peacefully in sleep. Jeff conducts Finch's funeral and sits in silence, pondering the next steps. His speech has substantially improved by this stage, and he now sounds non-robotic and human. He makes the decision to join Finch on his voyage to San Francisco. Jeff takes Goodyear and himself to the Golden Gate Bridge. They come upon more photos of survivors who are giving out their whereabouts so that they can be found. Jeff draws himself with Finch and Goodyear and heads into the city with his dog in search of the decent survivors. Subscribe to the channel for more videos like this, and please like and share the video. Thank you for watching.